Good morning, everyone. Let me fix my. Okay. So, good morning, everyone. I'm hoping you join me today and remember to share and subscribe. Today I'm going to be talking about garlic. I got this book. It says Home Remedies from a Country Doctor, Nature's Antibiotic. I like to get books like this because these books are so good. You learn so much of it. And on top of, having my books, I also research a little bit. Hi, Sylvia. How are you? Blessings to you too. Hi, Triple C. So today we're going to talk about garlic. Got this book. I got a few other ones that came in together with it. Um, and I chose garlic because not a lot of people knows about garlic. Garlic is really good because it's an anti-inflammatory, but it also kills diseases. You know that if you know how when you're young, I don't know about now, I don't get that, but when you was young, there was a time where you used to get parasites, and when you went to use the bathroom, you felt those wiggly white worms and so forth. Do you know that garlic, if you eat garlic every day, um you won't get parasites, your child won't get parasites. Garlic is good for so many things. Garlic is really good, especially for parasites. Because we could get parasites from water. We could get parasites from pork. Um, there's different ways that you can wind up getting parasites. And garlic is a great remedy, especially for our kids that they always have their hands in their mouth, or they always eating the wrong things. And so yes, um, garlic is great for killing them. It says garlic potential to combat heart disease has received a lot of attention, but it should receive even more acclaim for its antimicrobial properties. Fresh raw garlic has proven itself since ancient times as an effective killer of bacteria and viruses. We can thank acetylene. Acetylene is like penicillin, amoxicillin, like an antibiotic. Laboratory studies confirm that raw garlic has antibacterial and antiviral properties. Not only does it knock out many common cold and flu viruses, which that's why I use it in my flu balm, because it's great, for your colds. It's good for viruses. It's good for, respiratory stress. So yes, that's why I use it on my flu balm, and I use it in a lot of other remedies that I make. Not only does it knock out many common colds and flu viruses, but its effectiveness also spans a broad range of both gram positive and gram negative bacteria. Two major classification of bacteria: fungus, intestinal parasites, and yeast. Cooking garlic, however, destroys the acetylene, so you need to use raw garlic to prevent or fight infections. Like I said, I use my garlic. I use them raw. If you haven't seen my video for for the flu balm, you got to see it. It's great. I use raw garlic. Sorry, I'm gonna be coughing because I have asthma, I have allergies, and they've been bad. So it like it says, if you cook it, it takes away, you know, the properties that you really need for, killing the bacteria, the fungus, and so forth, the parasite, the yeast. So it's better for you to use it raw. Raw garlic is the best way to use it. Garlic's infection fighting capability was confirmed in a study conducted by researchers at the University of Utah of that was published in April 2005. And then it says garlic and 5 fresh garlic extracts for active compound antimicrobial activity. They test the effectiveness of this substance against 3 types of common bacteria, which causes urinary tract infection and gonorrhea, which causes the sexual transmitted disease gonorrhea, and auris, I don't know what that is, which is responsible for many type of infection that are common in hospitals. So I didn't even know that the garlic was good for gonorrhea, for yeast infection, urine tract infection. But like it says, it has to be raw. So that's a good thing to know, especially for parasite. Because a lot of kids get parasites. So it's good to know that garlic is great for, for that purpose. The product most successful at in eradicating these bacteria, the ones with highest oxalate content. Now garlic is being investigated to see whether it can help up battle microbes that are resistant to antibiotics. One simple but meaningful demonstration of garlic antibacterial power can be found in a study conducted in the University of California. Garlic juice was tested in the laboratory against a wide spectrum of potential pathogens, including several antibiotic resistant strains of bacteria. It shows significant activity against the pathogens. Even more exciting was that the fact that the garlic juice still restrained significant antimicrobial activity, even in diluting, ranging up to 128 of the original juice. So garlic is good. It's antibiotic. I love you too, my brother. Welcome in. So garlic is great. Instead of running to the doctor or running for certain medications for yeast infection, for it even says for gonorrhea, garlic is great. But raw is better. Remember, raw garlic is better because it has all the potent that it needs to kill that bacteria. It's like if you take antibiotic and you put it to heat up, you killing all the all the potent that you need to kill whatever infection you might have. So it's always good to eat the garlic raw. You don't have to like pop in your mouth and eat it raw. You could do it as a flu bomb. You could crush it up and put it in your salad. So there's different ways that you could eat it. Eating raw garlic may help combat the sickness causing bugs that get loose inside our bodies. Garlic has been used internally as a folk remedy for years. But now the plant is being put to test scientifically for such uses. So far, its grades are quite good, as researchers put it against a variety of bacteria. So they testing it for different bacteria, for what bacteria would um garlic work on. And if they're researching this because they know that garlic is great for a lot of things, that we might need, to kill bacteria. For ions, herbalists loaded soup and other food with garlic and place garlic compresses on people's chests to provide relief from colds and chest congestion. Now, the Mayo Clinic has stated primarily reports suggest that garlic may reduce the severity of upper respiratory tract infection. Those that have asthma, those that have COPD, those that have, just any type of respiratory stress. The findings have not yet passed the scrutiny of numerous large, well-designed human studies. No, so current results are classified as uncleared, but I've used it as my flu bomb and it helps a lot. Can a garlic clove help stop your sniffle? A study published in the July-August 2001 issue of Advances in Therapy examined the stinky rose's ability to fight the common colds. The study involved 146 volunteers divided into two groups. One group took garlic supplements for 12 weeks during the winter month, while the other group received a placebo. The group that received garlic has significant fewer colds, and the colds that did and they did get went away, and they went away. Sorry, and the placebo group. So garlic is good for so many things. You could get the supplement. You don't like the taste of garlic, you can't handle garlic, take supplement. They have supplement for anything and everything that you dislike tasting, you could do it. I could even make a garlic tablet. I showed before that I made a tablet which is for turmeric. You buy the vegan tablet in Amazon. You could take the garlic, dry it, and then use the after it's dry, really dry, you take a coffee grinder, grind it up into powder, put it inside the capsule, and just swallow it as a supplement. So garlic is really good. All you have to do, like I said, you could get the supplement, or you could get the garlic itself, dry it up, get those tablets. Those tablets that I buy, it's like a whole big bag of those tablets. I think it's 1,000 tablets, and I don't remember the price of it. I don't know if it was, $16, maybe even less. But those tablets are great. You could make your own medication to take care of yourself. But remember, like I always tell you, I'm not a doctor. Always ask your doctor, always consult with your doctor. Um, because there's certain medication that will not go well together with certain herbs, like the cayenne pepper is a blood thinner, and if you Coumadin and blood thinners, that would not work well with you. So always ask your doctor before you take anything that might not work well with your medications. But medications, you can make your own medications, guys. You could make your own medicine. You could take turmeric powder, put in those little tablets, and just fill up half of that tablet, and you could have that. And turmeric is so great for you. You could take the garlic and dry it up, and put it in there, or just take the one that's already dried, put it in there and drink it. There's plenty of medication that you can make yourself. The same thing with the coconut oil. The coconut oil is so great for you. It have plenty of benefits for you. If you look at my other videos, it talks about the coconut oil. If you don't want to taste it, or just put in those little tablet and just swallow it. It means so easy. It's so simple to make your own medication. Right now they talking about that a lot of pharmacy, they don't have medication. A lot of pharmacies are running out of medication for people that are in dialysis. They don't have enough medicine for people in dialysis. Those are medication that they really need. Without those medications, they're gonna die. And it's sad. It's sad. And it's time for us to go back to the time of the Bible, the time of Adam and Eve, the time of, God gave us herbs. God gave us, things so that we could educate ourselves, and we could be able to make our own medication, our own, we should have our own pharmacy by now, so that we could be able to take care of ourselves when things happens, when things like now that's going on start taking place, and if you could go to a Dollar Tree has Aleve, Advil for $1. Yeah, it's not a whole bunch, the quantity is not a lot in the box, but it's good, and try and do your research, and get your own medication. And if if you don't have the time to be making these medication, stack up on something, because the pharmacies, they really are low in medications. And they're saying it, I've seen in the news, they low on so many things that if we're not prepared and something was to really happen bad, I mean, it's biblical. A lot of people, oh, nothing is gonna happen. You know what? It's biblical. The Bible even says that we should be like the ants that prepares for the winter. They stock up. The ants, they stock up. They're ready for the whole winter, for whatever happened in the winter. They have their stash. And that's the way we gotta, we need to learn how to prepare ourselves, because the Bible says we will go through, pestilence, hunger, we will go through so many things. And why do why did the Lord permit for these things to be in the Word of God, so that we could know that we need to prepare for the good and the bad. We need to always be prepared. And medication wise, you're not getting younger, you're getting older. You get a lot of pains, you get a lot of anxiety, you get, so it's always good to do research and learn about natural remedies. There are so many natural remedies, garlic, even onion, and turmeric. I try to bring as much natural remedy video, so that you could learn, so that if anything was to happen, um you could be prepared and make your own medication. Because um you know if something was to happen to the point where there's absolutely no medication in the pharmacy, what are you going to do? How are you going to take care of your kids? How are you going to take care of yourself if you get hurt? I'm also going to bring things on cuts, bruises, how to take care of them. If there is no doctor, do you listen to the news? Doctors are leaving. They're short in staff of doctors and nurses. How are you going to take care of yourself? How are you going to take care of your child if you can't get to the emergency room? There's no doctor, there's no nurse, there's nobody to take care of you. You need to learn to take care of a cut, especially if you have diabetes. You need to learn these things. These are so important. And I'm going to start making videos. That has been in my heart. I'm going to bring videos on tourniquet, which is to, stop the bleeding. um as well as, because people think, yeah, if you have a cup of alcohol, no, that's the worst thing a person could do. You do not put alcohol in a cut. No alcohol in a cut, especially an open cut. And I'm gonna, bring teachings about that and why you should never put alcohol in a cut. And we need to be prepared. We need to learn. We need to research. We need to go back to the time of Adam and Eve. The time of Adam and Eve, it was, fruits, vegetable, uh, it was healthy eating. And we need to go back to that healthy eating. If anything was to happen, we're so used to eating all this meat. We're so used to eating, so many stuff and so many junk and so many sweets. Me including, I love my ice cream cake. I know Triple C sometimes sees that I'm eating, ice cream cake or ice cream. And that's my downfall, the ice cream or the ice cream cake. And so we need to get other things that we can make. Okay, that is sweet, but doesn't have all that content, all that sugar. You know, there is natural stuff that you can make that is low in calorie and low in cholesterol and low in sugar and low in salt. So we need to do our research, because when the time comes where there's nothing, how are we going to take care of ourselves? We need to learn to take care of ourselves. We really do. Pray about it. I just ask you to pray about it. Let the Lord put it in your spirit. Let the Lord teach you how to prepare. Ask Him, Lord, how do you want me to prepare? First of all, spiritually, because of course we have to be prepared spiritually. Um, if like I say to myself, if you're not prepared spiritually, no matter what happens in the world, you're not going to make it. Point blank. Without God, you don't make it. Without God, you have nothing. You're nothing. So we always got to depend on God for everything. We always got to ask God to be the center of our life, to be in the midst of each situation in our life, in our home. So ask God. I know that God will guide you. God will guide you through whatever it is and however it is that He feels that you need to be prepared. Because you know what? A lot of people like overdoes it, and like they make being being prepared like to the extreme where they worry, they get sick, they run to the supermarket, they hoarder everything they can find. But no, we don't have to do that. Yes, we have to be prepared. Yes, it's good to get a few extra cans in case of anything. Like when we had this snowstorm, I was prepared when it came up to food, because I like to have extra cans and extra food for anything that might happen. And yes, we didn't suffer that. But when it came up to water, I lacked so much in water. But I thank God because he saw me through it, and I just ask God every day, see me through this, Lord. Help me, teach me, how should I prepare? And prepare spiritually first. Like I say, eh, spiritually, that's the number one. You have to prepare spiritually. You have to, connect with God. You can't miss a God moment. That is so important, because if you miss a God moment, you miss hearing the voice of God. And we cannot miss hearing the voice of God. A lot of things happens where we become confused, where we become, where we panic. Don't panic. As long as you have God in your side and God is with you, you don't have anything to worry about. But don't miss a God moment. Don't miss hearing his voice. Take time to listen to his voice. This is so important, because without God, nothing is going to work for you. You want a job? Listen to God's voice. Let God direct you. You need, guidance. You need, word from God. Don't miss that God moment, because you know what? Sometimes we are so focused on so many things that we miss it. And God tells us something over and over and over, and we don't listen. We don't hear it because we're focused on other things, on materialistic things, on things that doesn't even make sense. That is not, it has no value. So we need to connect. We need to, focus on God. This is the time for connecting more with God than ever. This is the time where we should be praying and fasting. Like I was praying and I was saying, God, I'm tired of these weak, prayer of mine where, I say, God, heal me, and I still feel pain. No, I want some real prayer. And the only way I'm going to accomplish that is through fasting. So it's time for fasting. It's time to connect with God. It's time to start, pushing all these, nonsense prayer to the side and start getting focusing, really focusing in God and focusing in those prayer, so that we could start seeing these miracles, so that we could, start seeing, these just moving, mountains. Because we don't move the mountains, God moves the mountains. But it all depends on your prayer. We need to pray, we need to fast, we need to connect, and we need to connect with each other even more. Like, I love, my time in the morning. I pray, that's my routine. But when it comes up to 10 o'clock, in my mind, I'm like, okay, Lord, 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I know that minister of music is going to be on, and I'm going to take this time and I'm going to continue praising. And sometimes I start praising, and I'm listening to the song, and I'm listening to, the testimony in the background. And sometimes the Holy Spirit just takes over, and I just cry, and I just start praising, and I just start speaking in tongues. And it just feels good. It feels refreshing. It feels like, wow, I needed this time. I needed this. That's a God moment. That is a God moment. Don't miss the God moment, because you're missing out on so much. You're missing out on liberation. You're missing out on breakthroughs. So we need to connect. We need to really, really connect with God. Pray, fast. I don't normally even do this on any of my video. It just came out, and I'm obedience to God. I don't know who needed to hear this. And I know God speaks to me first before he speaks to anybody else. But it's time for fasting. It's time for, connecting with God. God is coming soon. We see everything that's in the Bible coming to pass. And, I just hope that we, get ourselves together and really, search God. Don't miss a God moment. That's what the Lord is saying today. Don't miss a God moment. Listen to the voice of God, because this is the time. So God bless everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. I'm trying to, be monetized. I'm trying to grow my channel, and I leave it in God's hands. And I just pray for God to help me with my channel. And whenever He gives me word, I am going to speak it with no shame. Um, no matter who likes it or who doesn't like it, I have to be obedience to my God. So I see you another day. I love ya. God bless you. And I see you on Friday, 11 o'clock. God bless everyone. And thank you for joining me. Amen, sister. You know me. I normally get to my point when it comes up to my teaching of natural remedy. But if God tells me you need to speak, I need to be obedient to Him. So God bless you. I love you all.